It's a Saturday programme this week at Sha Tin with 8 races on the turf and 2 on the all-weather, including the feature race as well, which is the Lok Sing Tong 140th Anniversary Cup. Very warm welcome to Racing to Win. I'm Andrew Jones, joined in the studio by Paul Lally, our former Allison race caller Tom Wood as well. Tom, and there's plenty to get our teeth into, more clues potentially for the 4-year-old series.
There is, Andrew, the final race of the day. We've got Private Secretary going round, who was a terrific winner first up in Class 2 at Happy Valley over 1,650 metres. Butterfield lining up the Brazilian bred, and Columbus County, who we haven't seen since, nearly the end of October, lining up with the benefit of 2 trials. So 3 horses in the final race to look forward to.
Yeah, they all come from different directions as well. Paul, jackpot-wise, what are we looking at?
Nothing.
It's all been won.
Nothing to report. All got one. But we can create some new ones. There's no problem there, Andrew. But that looks, nothing clear there. We've got interesting betting racing, though, with 9 first starters on the card here in Hong Kong. A couple of them have obviously raced overseas, but 9 of them, and one of them's come up favourite in the first. All
right, I'll have a look at him in a moment. Something different as well this week, Tom, is that horses leaving the parade ring will know which ones they are because the Marfoos are going to wear an armband.
Yeah, I think on their left arm, I think a yellow armband. I think there's 6 or 7 horses to go out onto the track first before the rest of them, so we'll get through them hopefully in the paddock first before the rest of them. There might be the odd one that escapes. Hopefully not without a Marfu or rider, but escapes out onto the track without us viewing it if they get a bit temperamental in the yard.
Yep, excellent. You'll have a visual clue on screen and we'll try to flag them up as well as we go along. All right, the programme on Saturday. I have 10 races to look forward to. We're on the A course. The all-weather races are races 4 and the feature is race number 8. Fence Class 3 over the 1650. We kick off with a Class 4 over the 1200 metres, headed by Decisive Action back into Class 4 for the first time. I should say Colorado High gets the blinkers on for the first time. Kaying excellent cheek pieces go on him. Tony Picone in the saddle, who has 10 rides on the weekend. Charge On makes his debut. Juno Park as well for John Size and Joe Moreira. Wei Feng Star also on debut for Douglas White and Karis Teaton. Brilliant was third last time out behind Fortune Brilliant. Down to Spicy Really, eligible for Class 5 on that mark of 40. He gets the inside gate here and goes around with a light weight. This is how the speed map looks, Tom.
Pace should be good, but with 4 runners in it on debut, so there could be some variance to this. But Wei Feng Star, he's looks like he's got some good early pace and he's been travelling strongly at his recent trials. Harbour Alert to come across from gate 10 with the 10-pound claiming rider. 8 trigrams, one of the newcomers there, Charge On next to Juno Park, and the other of the first starters, Speed Fei jammed there in the middle.
You can see one of the first starters here, Juno Park. He's just going on with it here. He's in the blue saddle cloth. He's a nice, big, strong horse. He's over 1,200 pounds, 1,275 in fact. You can see the size of him there next to his partner. So he's by Ocean Park, is Juno Park. He's another one of the first starters, Wei Feng Star. He goes nicely here in the morning as well. Now, he's by All American. He's 1,220 pounds. You haven't got anything to line them up against, but 2 really quite big horses coming into on their debut runs. And this horse I thought has been running pretty well recently, is Brilliant. He brought his Happy Valley form to Sha Tin last start and went nicely as well, so he's in form.
All right, OK, we'll see a few of those first starters in a moment, what they're doing, build up to their debuts. Let's start off with Colorado High. He was a winner back in October. This was him last time out over the 1,200 metres behind probably quite a smart one in Exponential.
Yeah, they've opted to put the blinkers on him this time round. He's got a bit of an awkward stall at gate number 13. He had Zach on board last time out from gate number 3. Exponential goes round later on in the program. He had a good trip just behind the speed. He probably peaked here at the 100 or so. You can see the others starting to flash at him, just ground away over the final stages. Draw awkward. Blinkers, I think they should make a difference.
Yeah, the blinkers are interesting. They finished like my washing there in a heap, didn't they? There was much between first and last in that race.
Lally clanger.
That's Colorado High. Then what about Brilliant and Spicy Really? I say interesting they go with the lightweight here. And he does get the inside gate as well, still looking for his first win. Yeah,
look, in his last 2 starts have been pretty good, Brilliant. He's drawn 14, unfortunately for him. Look, he'll get back. He'll be the one running on nicely. And the other horse, Spicy Really, as you mentioned, drew 1. He's got a lightweight coming into the race. He seems to be a horse that's on the improve. He's down to a rating of 40 now, so he is actually eligible for Class 5, but they're keeping him here with the lightweight in Class 4. You can see him on the very outside hitting the line.
On Brilliant, he's drawn wide. That's probably not going to be a worry for him because he has been slow out of the gate, so that's been the trouble with him. He hasn't been able to get away on terms with them, but he's been racing pretty well. All
right, on to the debutantes then. Charge On here at Happy Valley. He's only had 2 trials. This is the most recent over 1,000 metres.
Yeah, both trials he's been slow away as well. He's 11.38 pounds, his charge on, a son of Rios. David Hall and Lyle Hewitson will team up, barrier number 2. He did run second in this trial. He's just pushed out a little bit, I thought, towards the end. No, I haven't put him in.
No, I haven't put him in either. Hood going on. He trialled in New Zealand on 2 occasions with Denise Guy. He was unplaced in 4th in one of those, so I'm happy to watch this time round.
All right, we'll stay with the first starters, and Wei Feng Star is our current favourite in actual fact at this stage. He'll be ridden by Sha Tin.
Karis Wei Feng Star for Douglas White, lining up on debut. You've had a bit to do with him in his recent trials. What's your opinion of him?
Yeah, he's doing everything right at home. All his trial was pretty good enough to go to racing, and I think Dougie thought the horse is ready now, and he's ready for a race. So we're looking forward for him to run.
In those last couple of trials, he looks like he's travelled quite strongly or keenly in those.
Yeah, he's a big, strong fella. He wants to get things going, and he's got a bit of speed. So you know, he like I said, he's doing everything right. His trial was good. He's got a bit of speed, so I think he's doing the right thing at the right time.
Looked like he had a decent turn of foot in that recent trial as well. Once the gap opened up.
Yeah, he's you know, his work is very focused. He's very sort of professional when he's into his work. So, like I said, so far he's doing everything right, and yeah.
You've had a bit to do with Kaiying Excellent, who's also in the same race. One's on debut, the other one's having start number 4. How would you sort of compare them head to head?
Yeah, you know, I think Kaiying Excellent now got the draw, and he's got a bit more experience than the other horse. You know, of course, I was already confirmed on Wei Feng's host, and so I had to stick with him. And then it's of course it's gonna be interesting how my horse run, because you know, I think he's pretty much a smart little horse, and looking forward for him to run. Yeah.
Must give you the confidence as well, the way the Douglas White team's firing up at the moment.
Yeah, Dougie is doing well. It's nice to see he's got you know, a few of the winner pretty quick. You would always thought so, because he's a real horseman even when he was a jockey. So I'm pretty sure he's got a bright future in the training horses and being a trainer. So you know, of course, with his young horses now winning like that, the future could only be bright for him.
That was winning Endeavour, winning at Happy Valley midweek. 21 winners this season for Douglas White already. He's got the favourites here, Paul. Is he the one to beat?
Yeah, I think he is. He looks ready to win for me. I've really liked his trials leading into it, and he looks really tuned up for this race. So he's on top. Kaiying Excellent has been running some pretty good races recently. They're putting the cheek pieces on. He's only had the 3 starts. He should get a nice run. Now, 8 trigrams trialled really well before his last start. That was over 1,000. They put him back to 1,200. So I think the 1,200 is good for him. And Janu Park, another one of the first starters, his trials have been good. He did finish second behind Wei Feng Star in one of those trials. He's by Ocean Park, so in time I think he'll need a lot further, but he could be really fresh up for this. But I do like the 9, 4, 10, 6. There's no one in there.
We got there in the end.
Yeah, we did.
On top for me is number 9, Wei Feng Star as well. He's looked pretty good in his recent trials. He's got good early speed. I thought maybe in a couple of those last trials he just might have been a tad keen, but he has won easily, number 9, Wei Feng Star. Over the 10, and that is 8 trigrams. Now, he did lead in that barrier trial before lining up last time out, up to 1,200 metres here. David Hall, Grant Van Neerkerk. Brilliant goes in. That wide stall probably won't worry him, because he has been slow out, so unless they've improved his manners dramatically, brilliant. And Janu Park goes in as well, so 9, 10, 12 and 6.
Yeah, we've all got those same 2 first starters in the horses with experience. I've included Kaiying Excellent and Colorado High, and we saw them in action as well.